So we stopped for fuel in Kimber, $1.86.9, and better than bloody Port Augusta, which is very dear. But one of the things in Kimber, apart from the big galah, is a bit of silo art. Be better with the sun fully on it, but you know, you can't choose the time of day you visit. Let's say if you're coming through Kimber, check it out. Well, the next stop on our trip is the seaside town of Streaky Bay. And for those stopping in, I'd highly recommend stopping at the local pub for one of their burgers. They're bloody sensational. And a quick walk out on the jetty. And we'll be on our way again. Well, we've made it to Ceduna. And we've come out to Pinky Point Lookout to have a look out. And this is where the commercial operations of Ceduna take place. And I'd suggest loading a bit of grain based on the number of silos, and another product, salt. So there you go. So township back over behind us, and we're staying back out on the other side of the commercial wharf at Shelley Beach, which is pretty cool. So this is our jump off point for the Nullabor, which will be happening in a couple of days' time. Well, there we go, 2 nights in Ceduna, and we're on the road to the Nullabor. Fueled up at Perry's, $1.78.9. Last of the reasonable fuel for a while. And today we have wind, so it'll be interesting to see how we go. First stop, Penong. For no reason other than somebody needs a bathroom, and we're going on to Fowler's Bay to have a look, and then on from there. So not an overly big day, but enough to get us well and truly on the way.
We're on our way to Fowler's Bay.
So Fowler's Bay, this is it. And what Fowler's Bay has got is a big problem with seaweed. Can't find a boat ramp. The jetty looks promising. Solar lights along it, so it might be good for a squid later. But otherwise, yeah, bit of a challenge.
Okay, a bit of an adventure. We're going to Scott's Camping Bay, and it's pretty cool. There's the sand dunes.
So we've come out from Fowler's Bay to Scott Bay and the Mexican Hat camping area. And fair to say, well, the wind at our back today, which you can probably hear in the microphone, but these are the views. So it's about 5 k's to the Mexican Hat from Scott Bay, and we'll see how we go. So we're on the road again and into a horrendous headwind. So heading towards the, what's it called?
Head of the Bight.
Head of the Bight. And yeah, it was a good stop over at Fowler's Bay. Checked out Scott Bay and the Mexican Hat. But yeah, punching into it today and now stuck behind this big fella. So we've taken a detour off the A1 into the Head of the Bight whale watching area. About 10 k's off the main road, so pop in and have a look around. Some static displays on the outside. It's blowing a gale and freezing today, just for those who are interested. So after paying your $7 for seniors at the information centre, down the boardwalk, and this is what you come to see. The head of the Australian Bight. And as you can hear, it is blowing a bloody gale today, but it's still pretty impressive. One of the quintessential stops is the Nullabor Roadhouse, and the original Nullabor Roadhouse, which no doubt Tony Teague would have stopped at. Don't know about the menu, she's pretty limited, and disappointed we couldn't get an ice cream, even though it's warmed up to a balmy 5 degrees now. Pump price is probably the same back then too. Well, that was a bit of pain. This is the Nullabor Roadhouse. That's it there. $2.66 for diesel. So we splashed 40 litres in it, and that hopefully will get us to Eucla or somewhere like that, and hopefully the fuel's a bit cheaper.
We just turned around and going back to a turn off, and this is the old original spot of the air highway, old air highway.
So my wife's dragged us out here from the Nullabor Roadhouse to the middle of absolutely nowhere to look at holes in the ground. The Marawagini Caves, there's 3 of them. So this is the second of them. Apparently we're going to the campsite at number 3, which is out here. You can't miss it. So here we are, the Bunda Cliffs. Pretty bloody scary if you ask me, and too windy for the drone unfortunately. But there you go, not getting too close to the edge. Check it out, people. So on the road again this morning, and we stopped at the Cocklebiddy Roadhouse, $2.30 for diesel, thank you very much. But check out Samantha and Bruce, 2 wedge-tailed eagles. In their little enclosure. So there you go, if nothing else, a reason to stop in and say hello. About 500 k's to Norseman, or 400 k's to Norseman to go today. Because we've had a problem, which I'll show you in a second. So we're madly dashing towards Perth because after one of our little off-road expeditions, we found our spare wheel carrier flopping about. And that's because that's broken in there. So that immediately makes us panic about our outboard carrier. And so now we're going to try and find an engineering shop to make new stirrups and hinges to go for both the uprights in Perth. So mad dash into Perth, some big days, and yeah, some work to be done on the van.